Hey everybody, it's Julie Nolan and you're watching another Julie Nolan show. I don't know if you can tell, but my set has been really spruced up. I'd love to take credit, but I didn't do it. All-Star Matt did it. And I am here with my uncle, Jack Driscoll. And this is the first time I've had an author on my show. And he is going to talk about a book that he's written called Picnic for 12. And there's a couple of reasons why he's chosen that title. But one is because he's one of 10 children. And so the 10 children plus the 2, you with me? 10 plus the 2, the 12 for Picnic. Yes. Welcome, Jack Driscoll.
Thank you. I don't know if you realize it. I thought about it when I was walking in, that this studio is only a couple of doors down from where your father used to pump gas.
No.
Charlie Diver's gas station. The old timers will remember that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I told you this before, but I've been kicked out of more than one book club because I never finished the book, and usually I just enjoy the cheese, crackers, and wine. And so anyway, I've been found out more than once. And so when we talked about your book, and I thought maybe I should read it ahead of time, I was a little nervous. But I'm happy to report that I read it in 2 days without any snacks, and I really enjoyed it.
Didn't nod off too often?
I did not nod off.
There's a lot of pictures, so that helps.
Yes, and I laughed out loud more than once.
Oh, good.
And the other thing is, I was thinking, because it's my family and I know a lot of the players, I thought about how someone else would receive the book that isn't in the family, and I think it is just a great book about the way life was. It's fascinating, really.
We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how you do.
I mean, I really didn't write it for anything more than the family.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay. I was going to ask you that. When did you finally say, okay, enough with all the stories. I'm going to put pen to paper and...
Well, I wrote it in dribs and drabs, actually. I was doing a lot of research. And so I didn't want to do all the writing at the end. So I was writing a chapter here and a chapter there.
Right, exactly. And you had some different, like my grandmother wrote something that you were able to
there's a lot of, I was lucky to get a lot of, my father had letters when he was courting my mother that he wrote to her every day when he was on the road.
It's amazing.
And he was a traveling salesman, so he wrote 5 days a week. And then she wrote letters to him.
Yes.
Then she had a diary, kind of a diary called Scribble In. This is a book where she kept little things, crazy things that the kids said, and a few serious things occasionally.
Yeah. I know, it's amazing when I went through the book and you think about with 10 children how well she did with like taking photos and the baby books were filled. It was incredible.
Each child had 2 baby books. One was all photographs, and the other was memorabilia, like the first lock of hair from a haircut, or a bracelet, or spelling paper with 100, of course.
Of course,
she wouldn't
save the I hope my kids aren't watching this because they'll be like, did you save anything?
Yeah, she was a wonder. I mean, to bring up all those kids and keep all those notes. And then late in her life, she sat down at the typewriter and wrote a 38-page manuscript from beginning of their meeting until just about to the time my father died.
Right, exactly. And that's the other thing I want to talk about is this book goes, what, 65 years?
The focus is, from about 1918 when they met. Yep. They married in 1920.
Okay.
And then my father died in 1961, so those are the key years. And then I hornswoggled my brother David to write a chapter about my mother, because he lived with her for, I think, 8 years after my father died. And so he had sort of
a unique
bird's eye view of how she operated, and it's pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I know. That's the thing that I think I told you, was that I love how it's factual in the sense that, like, I've never really thought about 1918 and influenza. That was very eye-opening to me. But also, it's perfectly seasoned, in my opinion, with the Irish Catholic humor.
Right.
Like one example is, I think Jimmy and Bobby are at the farm, the Bedurtha farm, and they're supposed to be weeding. And of course, Jim's taking a nap.
Right.
Of course. How do you get out of it? I don't know. But now, while you were doing this, was there anything, you know, when you're growing up in a family, you hear some stories, so some things you already knew, but was there anything just like really surprising or shocking in your research about the family?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things was my father was studying to be a brother in New York right around the turn of the century. He was very young, and he always told us that he never became a brother, that he was at a certain stage and his mother pulled him out. That's what he told us, but in fact he was a brother. And I don't know if the word ordained is correct, but however
right.
And I'm not sure why he kept that from us, but one of the more serious things was that my father was married previously.
Yes.
And my oldest sister, Kay, was from that
Product
marriage.
Of the first batch, right.
So Kay was very frustrated at her older age because she didn't know anything about her mother.
Right, she was just sort of swooped into the Driscolls.
Yeah, and
that
somehow
was it.
my father never kind of updated her. She didn't even know her name.
Wow.
I mean, she kind of thought she knew her name, but it turned out it was the wrong name.
Wow.
So I did a tremendous amount of research to find out that they married in 1914, and Kay was born in 1915, and this poor woman died on her second anniversary of a brain tumor.
Wow.
So that was pretty serious stuff.
Yeah.
In addition to which, I was keeping her 3 daughters posted, and so it was almost like them going through a funeral.
Yeah, someone they didn't know
so
isn't here. Yeah. And I think back then they just kind of didn't give all the information like they do now, and we certainly couldn't, you know, they certainly couldn't Google and that sort of thing.
Right.
That was the other thing I found fascinating was for a young girl, my grandmother Mary, to date a man who'd been married before with a child. That was, you know, and the fact that her mother actually was
supportive,
very supportive, and said he needs you more than maybe some of the other boyfriends that you're dating, which I thought was very progressive of her. Yeah.
And the most poignant, and just on the serious side, because most of it is pretty upbeat.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
One of the serious points is my father was in the hospital with this terrible Asian flu that killed millions and millions. And in the same hospital, his sister died, and he didn't even know it.
Oh, wow.
So when he got out of the hospital, he was in for a month, and he barely survived. He wrote a letter to my mother anticipating Christmas, which was about a month away, and how difficult it was going to be for his mother. And for him to face his mother on Christmas Day
without the other sibling,
with her daughter being
right.
You know.
And that's unusual too, because J. Frank was just so, like, throughout the book he's just like a dreamer. I just love the way he's like, oh no, we can do this and that. And that's the other part of the book, that they move a lot, and so the book covers 2 wars, right?
Right.
And then the Depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in time. So this family, well, did you go to on the boat over?
No, the family lived in
yet,
California for 5 years.
Okay.
And no, I was born in Melrose.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because
when they came back.
Yes. Well, you know, I don't want to give too much away, but it's this luxury boat that they, you know, they're kind of in, they've got some money going, and so they go on this luxury boat, and then they get there, and then it's the Depression, and then they come back in a car.
Right.
With 5 kids. And
7.
7 kids. Oh my goodness.
And 2 parents.
Oh boy.
My father drove every.
Picnic for 9.
My father drove every mile, and they had one problem. They had a flat tire, and it was right in front of an auto garage.
You know?
Go figure.
But that's the other thing too, like when you go through this book and you think about, you know, the luxuries we have now. Imagine being in a car with all those people and diapers and all that kind of stuff. And all I could picture was Nana having a sit down with Kim Kardashian. Like, can you imagine? She'd be like, what?
Like
72 days? That's ridiculous. But yeah, and I mean, it doesn't sound like she complained that much. It sounds like she just moved along.
She never complained. No.
Well.
He used to say over and over that he never worried. And to be honest, I don't think he did.
Yeah.
She was very positive, but she did worry.
Yeah.
And I think what kept her going was her faith. I'm not sure what kept him going. I mean,
Right,
just
right.
the
Well,
way
he was definitely a risk taker.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely, you
Right.
know.
And that's why the title basically comes from the point that she was overwhelmed, my mother was overwhelmed by the prospect of driving from California to Massachusetts. And so my father said to her, don't worry. He was always saying that, don't worry.
Yeah.
He said, we'll just turn it into one big picnic, and we'll have a picnic every day. And that's what they
awesome.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that whole symbolism really reflected their life. It
Right.
was one big picnic.
Right, and the
you know.
kids didn't really.
Oh, no,
I mean, they knew that they went on a boat one way, but it sounds like they enjoyed, and that's the beauty
Oh,
of
yeah.
children, right? And
Oh,
even
yeah.
if you
Yeah.
do it the right way, they
Yeah.
sound like they had a blast.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like a car with like sounded like Jimmy and Bobby had like this middle section, and
Yeah, as difficult as things were financially, we always had food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And so as children, we had no concept
Right.
that
right.
we were in deep trouble.
Well, I hate to give too much away, but I love when Nana acted like the maid
Oh,
when
yeah.
someone came to the door. The missus isn't home. That was clever.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I got to know her, you know, as an older grandmother, and she was just so funny about the little things that she did. And I want to talk a little bit about that because you talk about it in the book. She just had it certain ways.
Oh, yeah.
And one is that you'd be sitting like this, and she'd say, "While you're up." It's like, oh, I guess I'm getting you a
Yeah,
cup
right.
of tea.
Yeah,
Because oh my goodness! And then tell us about her with the ambulance and the doctor, the little sneaky things that she would do.
The ambulance and the doctors.
Dude, remember how she asked the driver to take the alarm off?
Oh, yeah. And she was never in a hurry. When she was about to have a baby, she was never in a hurry. On one occasion, she and my father actually stopped at some friend's house and had a chat with them.
Right,
And then
exactly.
they continued on their way to the hospital.
Yeah. She just came up with all sorts of funny. And I don't know if you know this one, but so I have a brother, Jack, as you know, and when he was born, Nana was not happy that my mother named him John Joseph because he was named John Joseph after my grandfather, her father.
Right.
But we were going to call him Jack, and she didn't like that because she thought, you know, if you had a son, then you would call him Jack. And so you have girls, but nonetheless, when she came to our house for dinner, she never called him Jack. So we're all sitting there, we're hanging out, we're having dinner with her and everything, and she says, JJ, would you go get me some Hawaiian Punch? And we were like, who is this? So she would rename people.
Yeah.
And
She was in charge.
She was definitely in charge, and whenever my sisters or I showed a little attitude, and I actually look back at it now and think it's a compliment, but my mother would say, "All right, Mary E." She was too funny.
Yeah.
So the book comes out soon.
Should be out in a few days.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
And you can get it at Hourglass on Main Street.
So right here.
Yes, yeah. We're just finding that out as we speak. But that's exciting. You must feel good about it. Now that it's done, almost done,
Yeah.
sort of
yeah.
done.
I'll feel a lot better when, you know, we actually see the physical book.
Exactly.
There's something about its feeling of incompleteness till you see the book.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like a scoop.
It's like it's
catching
not
it
gonna
before
happen,
It's even
you
a
know?
book. Yeah, this is great.
But it was a long time, 2 years that I worked on it, so
Yeah, exactly.
did way too much research, but that's okay.
Yeah, you'd rather have more and just sift through than not
Right,
enough.
right.
But well, I appreciate you coming and seeing me. I've enjoyed our emails back and forth. I know
Same
you're going to
here.
be heading back, but I have a little gift for you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, well, it's the gift-giving season.
Oh,
So-
gee.
What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Oops, dropped my microphone. Okay,
Oh,
I got you a little
wow.
picnic basket,
Oh,
you know, to
look
go
at
with it.
that.
And then for your ride home for a few snacks.
Oh, thank you.
So, I don't know.
Perfect. How did you know I like them all?
Oh, do you? Because
Yeah.
I know like some Driscolls
You
and
want
cheese
some
it.
of them? Is that what you're saying?
No. You can have this and I'll, no. And then of course you got to have the cashews.
yeah,
You have
absolutely.
to have
Cashews are part of the.
Yeah, the
I don't know
family
if I
history.
worked that into the book or not. I guess
And
I
a little
didn't.
thing of water for you. So there you go.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. My goodness.
We will be right back.
Very good.
everybody. I wanted to mention that I am wearing Stella and Dot jewelry again. Marie Nyland is sponsoring the Julie Nolan Show, and every show, she's my jewelry consultant. So she looked at this top, and she let me borrow this, and I want to keep it, so I might put it on my Christmas list. I don't know. And speaking of Christmas, my next guest is Julie Russo. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you? I met Julie last Saturday on the trolley for Home for the Holidays, and we were going by MMTV, as you know, the trolley had a bunch of stops, and she really wanted to stop here at MMTV and do like a Christmas video card. And unfortunately, her sister was not, her brother was there, but her sister wasn't, so her mother said, no taping at MMTV, and I said, how about coming on the show this Friday? I'm taping. So here she is. Welcome.
Hi.
Are you getting excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you want for Christmas?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Something tells me you might want something sparkly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Now here's another thing I want to talk to you about. There's a thing called Elf on the Shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I continually call it Shelf on the Elf. I
Yeah.
don't know why. But anyway, I understand that this elf is in houses, different elves are in houses, and they move around. Now, there's an elf union. I don't know if you know this.
Okay.
And there are certain elves that are just not allowed to be in certain homes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my home is one of them.
Yeah.
Because the elf would never make it 24 hours. My son Danny would fling that elf out the window or flush it down the toilet.
Okay.
So they know the houses that they just avoided. So I don't really understand it. So can you explain to me what this elf is supposed to do, and is he doing it well at your house? Do you like him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at night he's, like when you wake up in the morning, is he supposed to be somewhere else?
Yeah, he's in a different spot.
He's in a different spot. All right. Because you know what I saw, and I think this was at your house, I saw him eating goldfish. Does he eat your snacks?
Well, what happened was he was pretending he was going fishing, and he took goldfish and put it in a bowl.
Oh.
And he took a straw and tied string to it, and took an ailing and tied it at the end, and put the goldfish in the bowl and pretended it was going fishing.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
So yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've had some people tell me that they think their elf is lazy because it stays, sometimes it doesn't move.
Oh, yeah.
Have
well,
you noticed that?
Well, my elf, a couple of times. Well, one time it was sitting on it was like a candle holder, and it didn't move the next day, so it stayed there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes they just get like maybe in a spot and they don't want to move. Now, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to be making sure you're behaving?
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think you are?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm a little nervous for you.
Okay.
I'm only kidding. Now, you have a younger brother. What's his name?
Steven.
Steven. And an older sister,
Gabby.
Gabby. That's who wasn't in La Trolley, right?
Yeah.
The other day? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you don't know what you want for Christmas. What do you do outside of watching the Julie Nolan Show on a continuous basis?
I don't know what. I go to school.
You go to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come home, do homework.
Yep.
I sometimes, but I don't really know if
Do
I
you-
do like a regular thing every day.
regular thing?
But I do something different, I guess, every day.
Do you have a favorite movie?
I think I do, but you know, I like what's it called? I forget what the name is.
Is it like a girls one? Is it like a Cinderella type of thing? No, none of that.
Well, I don't know. It's a Disney movie.
It is a Disney movie. Okay.
Yeah, I like Disney
love the Disney
movies.
movies.
Yeah.
They're fun. I like to quote from them.
What?
Like I like to do different quotes and different voices from them. Like Toy Story.
Yeah.
Do you remember at the end when the Mrs. Potato Head is putting all these things in Mr. Potato, and she's like, a key? I don't know what it's for. Here's some teeth. They chatter.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. And you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Which school?
Horace Mann.
Horace Mann. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Horace Mann. I went to St. Mary's. My son went to Hoover. So I don't know too much about Horace Mann. But, well, I think you're adorable. And I think you look good on camera. And I think maybe when you grow up, you might be, I don't know, maybe like a actress or something. I don't know.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Okay.
Well, listen, I don't know if this would be on your list, but I do have a little gift for you for coming on the Julie Nolan Show.
Oh.
It is a Stella and Dot gift certificate. So you can go online or go on like a little catalog and get yourself a little something.
Okay.
All right? Merry Christmas.
Sure.
Take it easy. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back, and as I continue my Merry show, I want you to take a look at a clip of my next guest. She was just in the Nutcracker. Laura Sheehan. Yay! Now, did you just perform today, you said?
I performed yesterday.
Yesterday, okay. So you are with what company?
Northeast Youth of Ballet.
Okay. And is this the first time you've been in the Nutcracker?
No, I've been in a, this is like my, I don't know, 5 or 6th year.
Oh, this looks like old hat for you.
Yeah, but we get a new part every time.
You get a new
so
part
it's
each time.
exciting.
Okay, so talk to me. What did you do this year?
Well, this year we have this party scene in Act 1, and I was the blue party boy. He just has blue stuff on, so.
Is that the clip that we're looking at?
No, that's
okay.
the cookie dance.
That's the cookie dance.
And I am Naughty Cookie, the one that when we were doing kisses, and that was when I was like saying, I don't want to leave you, and then. Okay,
so you're being the naughty
Yeah.
cookie. And so there's regular cookies, and then you're standing out as the naughty cookie,
Yeah.
getting to do a little extra. So now so do you go to ballet once a week?
I go 3 times a week.
You go 3 times a week. And does that increase as you get closer to the Nutcracker?
No, it depends on what we have levels. Like I'm in level 4, which means I'm on point now. So I have an extra day to go for point class, and then 2 days for regular class. So.
And you love it?
Yeah.
Would you like to be a ballerina when you grow up?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Along with probably a lot of other things. You strike me as very capable.
Yeah.
You're not shy at all. Now, what grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade.
5th grade. At Horace Mann?
I'm at the Roosevelt School.
You're at the Roosevelt. Okay, so you're at the top of the heap, right? Is this like you just go to 5th grade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
and
nice.
then middle school next year.
So what else do you do?
I do like a little bit of volleyball camp, and me and my dad go sometimes. It's just not really a daily thing. We just go on sometimes the weekends to play tennis.
Nice, nice. Now I know your mom because your mom was on my show back in. I'm trying to think. I think it was last February. Linda Sheehan. She does Excel organizing. And what's your dad do?
He's an athletic teacher, trainer, and a gym teacher at the Lexington High School.
Okay. And isn't he also in music?
Well, yeah, he's a musician. He plays on Fridays at Mr. Dooley's.
Nice. Very fun. Have you been there?
Yeah, like 5,000 times.
Oh, you've had enough of it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll bet. Now, how many more performances do you have for the Nutcracker?
Tomorrow I have 2, one at 2 o'clock from 2 o'clock for 4:30, and then one at 7 o'clock to 9:30
Mm-hmm.
at the Lynn High School. Andover High School.
Andover High School?
Andover High School.
Okay. And so now, you get a little nervous, or you don't get nervous at all, or you just love it?
I don't get nervous at all unless we're going under Mother Ginger's skirt.
Ooh, okay.
Because everybody, when we come in for Naughty Cookie, like
Yeah.
we're getting pulled out, we're the last ones in.
Yeah.
So no one moves out, so we're just touching the skirt and I'm like, move in, move in.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and we can't talk on stage, so it's even
Right.
harder.
Right, so that's a little stressful because you've got to kind of rely on everybody
Yeah.
non-verbally, right, to be
Yeah.
doing what they're supposed to be doing. Well, that's exciting. I might have to come see you. So when does it end? Do you know?
On Sunday,
Oh, the Sunday before Christmas, maybe? The 20...
no,
No.
This Sunday, that's the last show,
Oh, okay.
so.
Okay. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have some time to just get ready for Christmas. And
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you have anything on your list? I mean, this is a good forum for it. Put it out there.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, here we go. It's only a half-hour show. What do you got?
Well, the most thing I want is a turtle named Shelly.
You want a turtle named Shelly.
Yes.
Would you take a turtle named Sam?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because I know of a turtle that needs a home. So we'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can rename him or her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else?
Maybe like an iPod Touch, but
An iPod Touch. Wow. Were you that good?
maybe.
Well, I'll ask Linda on that one.
Yeah. And then I said on my Christmas list that I wouldn't use the internet because my mom doesn't like us going on the internet.
Okay. Okay.
don't
So
use
you would be good
things.
about the perimeters of the iPad Touch.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And do you already have an iPod for music or?
I have like it's like a really old one. And
Okay.
And I have like, I share one with my brother, but he doesn't really use it because there's all girly songs on it.
Right. So that's yours. Forget about the brother on that one.
because
Sorry, brother.
he just wants it because of the games on. He's like,
Yeah.
no, I want it. I like it just because of the music.
Well, Nora, you are delightful. Thank you for coming on the show. I have a little gift for you. I have a Stella and Doc gift certificate for you. You can go online or you can look through the catalog, get yourself a little something, maybe something sparkly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great. We'll be right back. I want to thank all my guests tonight, my Uncle Jack, Julie Rossio, and Nora Sheehan. I wish you all a wonderful holiday season. You are going to want to watch next month. Next month's show is going to have my brother, Jack Driscoll, and we're going to talk about our favorite commercials, and we're actually creating our own commercials. So you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks so much. See you later.